Oh my god, this has to be the fifth such story that was published in the last 3 months. All of a sudden, you get this on national news about a lady that abandoned her family in order to pursue happiness. And it turns out that it was a really bad idea, and now she lost both the happiness and the family. And like, such articles are being published constantly lately. I generally don't know why, though, because, again, it's not a statistic. Like, they're not trying to raise awareness. They're not editorializing or casting judgment. It's just like, this is a person you've never heard about, and this is what happened to them. So, first off, let's look at what the big issue is here, right? The big issue is that women are now dealing with problems that used to exist exclusively for men. So I can tell you this as a person who finished both med school and law school, that I had many acquaintances that were guys who were very wealthy, very well off, but they were a little bit socially awkward. Like they weren't chads, you know, they didn't go to the gym, they didn't work out, they weren't really good when it came of interacting in social environments, but they were really wealthy. And what would happen is that they would attract the type of woman that was incredibly superficial, and you can tell that they weren't interested in the guy at all, but they enjoyed the wealth and the social networking that the guy surrounded himself with. And for some guys, this was perfectly fine. Like, there were guys that were actually turned on by the concept of a gold digger. Like, they actually liked a woman that wanted cash from them because they enjoyed giving her presents, they enjoyed showering her with presents, they enjoyed going out in public with her. So, like, they legitimately wanted that. But there were also the guys that wanted something deeper. They wanted something more. They wanted a significant other. Like, they wanted a woman that's actually interested in them as a person and not their material wealth. And for those guys, it was actually difficult to navigate a society where you can't really tell if the girl that's next to you is actually interested in you or is interested in wealth. And if she's interested in wealth, then obviously she's going to cheat on you, she's going to talk with other men, right? Because she's not into the relationship, like she's not into the social connection, she's actually just in it for the money. And this was something that mostly guys had to deal with, right? But now it seems that as women are getting wealthier and women are able to earn as much as men, they deal with the exact same thing. And this is what these articles are about. It's like these wealthy women, mostly from Britain, who are seeking an adventure and they're basically bored of their marriage, and they find out that the guy that they're now with are actually interested in their wealth and they were never interested in them to begin with. And you're thinking about it like, for most men, this would be such common sense. I mean, in this particular situation, the lady is 50 years old, and she managed to attract a 30-year-old something Egyptian. Like you need to be completely detached and disconnected from humanity in order to believe that this type of relationship is based because, like, he finds her hot or whatever. It's obviously that he is in it for the money. It's obviously that he wants the wealth, right? Like, he wants the inheritance of this lady. For guys, this is very easy to tell. It's kind of like, you know, if you're an average guy, you kind of know your level. You kind of know where you're situated in the dating market. So, like, if you're just this average guy and all of a sudden you have, like, the 10 out of 10 golf anime lookalike waifu with big fat titties and nice plump tushy coming into your DMs, and she's very flirty and very aggressive, maybe she even has pussy in bio, you know that there's a scam. You know that it's either a chatbot or that this is a catfish, or it's a person that's, you know, it's like too good to be true level. So all of your alarm flags are raised, and you realize that this is not an actual person that's seeking a connection, right? But for some reason, as we get to see in these articles, there are women out there that generally don't get it. And they generally think, oh, well, this guy must be interested in me. Yeah, sure, I have a husband, I have like 3 or 4 kids, but like for some mysterious reason, this Egyptian like cannot find a single woman in his area, cannot find a single woman of his age, and he's going to go after me because he really likes me. Like, how can you delude yourself like that? How can... Well, I think it's because, like, they never had to deal with this, right? These ladies, like, they never had similar experiences when growing up. So, because they're having it now, it's so baffling, and they just don't understand, like, when did it all go wrong? Like, how could I have foreseen this? How could I have had prior knowledge. Like, this is so unfair. And it's also like the mentality that society is pushing that men and women are the same. Like, there's no difference between men and women. When in reality, men and women are different and we're meant to complete each other, not to compete with each other. So, for instance, women, yeah, like they are attracted to social status on a man. Men don't care about the woman's social status that much, right? So you can be like this wealthy CEO lady, but the other guy that's also a wealthy CEO, he's not interested in you. He's interested in the 18-year-old supermodel. That's what he is interested in. And you're just like, oh my God, it's so unfair. Oh, he's dating women that are so young. They start to cope and seethe on Twitter. Just look at the Leonardo DiCaprio effect, right? Like Leonardo DiCaprio, smoking hot actor according to the ladies. Like, they really like him. But he only dates young women, and the moment they're like 24, he dumps them and finds another young woman, you know, like usually the age of 20, 22. And all the women are like, oh my God, he's like a predator. He preys on the young. Oh, it should be illegal. But the reality isn't like they're actually thinking it should be illegal. They're upset that he's not into women their age, right? Because it's interesting when you look about it, right? Like, when you're a guy and you're young, especially when you're a teenager, like, most women aren't interested in you. Unless you're, you know, going to the gym and you look like a Chad, or you're some of the smartest guys in your class or something like that. Most women aren't interested in you because they're interested in the guy that has a car, has a job, has a house. That's what they're interested in, right? So when you're young, you really have very limited dating opportunities as a guy. Meanwhile, a young woman, like she just can't open her social media without her DMs blowing up. But as you grow older, as you become much older as a guy, and you're now in your late 20s, early 30s, all of a sudden you're the one with the car, you're the one with a house, you're the one with a stable income. And, you know, you look at women that are 5 or 6 years younger than you, and, well, they're good looking, that they're a lot of fun, they got a lot of energy, they want to go party, they want to play video games with you, right? So, like, all of a sudden your dating options are open. But for women, it's the other way around. As they grow older, as they mature, then all of a sudden their dating options are limited. And they're upset that they lost what they used to have. And they're seething about it, and they're trying to cope with it. So this is why you get, like, all these articles. Now, another thing that's interesting is the idea of marriage. Because marriage used to be like something sacred. It used to be like a part of the human experience. In my country, it's considered that these are the 3 main events of life that everyone has to go through. The baptism, the marriage, and the funeral. Right? Like, all of us should go through all of these 3. But now marriage is just like this thing where it's like the cherry on the cake. You know, it's not a journey that has the destination as the marriage. No, it's like the little extra topping on the ice cream, right? So, like, it's all about the dating culture. You date someone and the marriage is like, you know, something nice that's there, but it's not important. To the point where you can have a woman with the family, and as she says here, like, there's nothing that the husband did wrong. She just got bored of the relationship, and she just decided to leave her family for this individual by the name of Ahmed. And she met Ahmed while she was in visit in Egypt, and Ahmed was working at a hotel. So Ahmed invites her to Egypt, and they stay together. And now she's being horrified because Ahmed, being part of the Islamic faith, can get a second wife, and she cannot conceive the idea that Ahmed can have children with another woman, and she's unable to offer him kids because she's at menopause. And I think it's like, okay, well, how many things are wrong here? Like, first of all, she decided to date someone outside her culture without understanding the other culture. Then she left her family for no reason whatsoever. Like, she's not being abused. She's not being, you know, emotionally traumatized. No, she just got bored. This is her words, not mine. And everything went bad. And she just doesn't understand, like, why is life so unfair? I mean, it's unfair because you make those decisions. Like, you took those decisions. And the question is, like, why is the press presenting this as if she is the victim? As if it's like, you know, like, look how awful. Look at the awful things that happened to this lady. But it's like everything that happened is because of her personal decisions. Like, the only way to protect her would have been to remove her free will and remove her ability to make these decisions. But anyway, Ryan, let me know what you think, and I'm curious when the next article like this will pop up, because I'm telling you, it's part of a series. Every single month, like they have a new similar trope that's coming. It should be a name for it, you know? Tropes in women in dating, tropes women in marriage, I don't know. Hopefully they will find out something inventive. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.